Syria, torn by more than a decade of civil war, stands at a precarious crossroads. A new leadership headed by al-Shara promises a future of billions in investment and reconstruction. But on the ground, the human cost is still unfolding. Watch our next report for more details.
Syria is attempting a rebirth after 14 years of a brutal civil war and the removal of Bashar al-Assad. President Ahmad al-Shara is presenting a new narrative that the country is open for business, eager to rebuild, eager to reconnect, eager to rejoin the global system. At the Future Investment Forum in Riyadh, al-Shara announced nearly $28 billion has been secured in investment commitments across energy, housing, infrastructure, agriculture and logistics. Saudi Arabia has pledged billions on its own, part of a strategy to pull Syria back into the Arab and Gulf orbit.
Investment laws in Syria have now been amended to strongly favor investors. They are allowed to transfer their profits abroad and repatriate a large portion of their capital. The current investment law has been reviewed by major global firms such as McKinsey, as well as by Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Investment. It has also been presented to numerous international economic experts and is considered among the 10 best investment laws in the world.
Washington has shifted its stance too with the lifting of sanctions and a promise of security cooperation. But this economic moment arrives with grim contradictions. The World Bank says Syria's reconstruction needs are over $200 billion. The electric grid is broken. Water systems are damaged. The health sector is fragmented. Industry is gutted, state capacity is thin, and entire urban districts remain rubble. And while investments are being announced in global capitals, Syrians back home are still on the move. Nearly half the population of Syria was displaced during the war. Since the change of power, more than 2.8 million have returned, but the United Nations says over 430,000 people have been newly displaced in the past few months alone. The reasons are complex and deeply rooted: sectarian and power rifts. New authorities are trying to consolidate control. Localized militias, some organized by communities for self-defense, are resisting central absorption. Old tensions between communities, suppressed or exacerbated under Assad, are resurfacing. There are property and land disputes. Decades of expropriations under the Assad regime left entire communities with disputed titles. Now, as people return, they find their homes occupied or their land reassigned. Syria is not yet whole or sovereign. In the south, Israel has expanded its military operations, taking control of new territory and demolishing homes near the frontier, triggering civilian displacement. In the northeast, the United States is reducing its bases but consolidating supply lines and technology assets, supporting forces affiliated with the YPG. The YPG is the People's Defense Units, a libertarian socialist US-backed Kurdish militant group in Syria. This comes as the group prepares to be absorbed into a new Syrian army under a deal with Damascus and Turkey. The end of one regime has not ended the culture of fear. Settling old scores, local and regional, remains a quiet but persistent threat.